I'm just hoping. I'm keeping my
So you're
fingers
talking about
crossed.
personality, right? That's one thing that आपको लगता है.
Yeah, spunk and personality. Spunk and
Okay.
personality.
So now this is, I have kind of a performance question, which is that, backstage तो इतना chaos हो रहा होता है, चीजें change हो रही हैं, कोई चीज जल्दी कर रहे हैं, वो पहले कर रहे हैं, कोई गाना पहले बज रहा है, so much changes are happening. पर in all that chaos, every time, like you said, कि आप stage पे जाएं तो you have to be, calm and happy and nice and, ऐसा दिखाना है कि सब कुछ perfect है, everything is lovely. So there must be a switch on, switch off, ability that you need to have. So how do you do that?
Yes, you need to cultivate that. Like I said, singular focus and concentration is very important, because if you don't have that, then you are bound to get affected by, let's say everything is fine in your personal life, but something that is happening backstage. And what you said is very true. हर वक्त इवेंट फ्लो चेंज होता रहता है. इवेंट के दौरान कम से कम 50 बार इवेंट फ्लो भी चेंज हो सकता है. Because there are a lot of people who don't show up, जिनका स्क्रिप्ट में नाम होता है, तो आपको ऑर्डर रिवर्स करना पड़ सकता है, या उनके लिए कोई और फिलर डालना पड़ सकता है if they've not shown up at all. And you have to have a very concentrated, you have to have concentrated attention and singular focus. If you don't have that, then you are bound to completely, you're bound to completely get distracted, completely distracted.
Okay. So, my next question is कि, basic mistakes क्या होती हैं that, let's say जो नए anchor हैं या somebody who's starting out, what are the basic mistakes in anchoring?
What are the basic mistakes that they make? I think one is this, that thinking कि I look a certain way, और अगर मैं अच्छा दिख रहा हूँ या अच्छी दिख रही हूँ तो मैं automatically anchor बन सकती हूँ या बन सकता हूँ. ये completely गलत है अपने आप में. Because it has nothing to do with how you look. It's a skill set. ये बाकायदा अपने आप में एक talent है, एक कला है. So just looking good is not going to cut it at all. And secondly, एक बिल्कुल जानकारी ना रखना बाकी सारे स्फीयर्स के बारे में, सिर्फ एक्टर्स, एक्ट्रेसेस और बॉलीवुड किस्म वगैरह के बारे में जानकारी रखना एज एन एंकर ये आपके लिए काम नहीं करेगा. You should know about everything, from what's happening in terms of tech world to entertainment, to politics, to geography, to I don't know, to new inventions. सबके बारे में आपको, you should be somebody who is well read and who is cued in about everything that's happening around the world. So ये दो चीजें अगर आप सोचेंगे कि मैं खाली अच्छा दिखता हूँ और मैं अब एंकर बनूंगा और मुझे ज्यादा कुछ करना नहीं है, कोई मुझे स्क्रिप्ट दे देगा और मैं पढ़ लूंगा रट्टू तोता बनके, तो वैसे नहीं होता है. आपको अपना जो है मार्क बनाने के लिए काफी ज्यादा अपने ऊपर काम करना जरूरी है. सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट, अपने आप को एक वर्सेटाइल आप अगर इंसान बनाएंगे तो ही आप वो चीज एंकरिंग में भी दर्शा पाएंगे. So you have to be a versatile person, someone who's quick-witted, someone who knows about things, someone who's spontaneous. तो ये सारी चीजों के लिए आपको मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, अपने पर सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट करना पड़ेगा. So just ये सोचना कि कुछ भी नहीं है यार, फिर भी दे देगा लाइंस और पढ़ लेंगे और अच्छे तो दिखते ही हैं. That's the biggest mistake I feel that some anchors make, and that's why they don't sustain, they don't last.
Okay. Somebody has asked a question, Simran Sanjay Official, that how much of a role does voice modulation play in anchoring?
Voice modulation plays a very important role, and apart from voice modulation, even voice apparatus, the kind of mic you're given, the kind of sound system that there is, which is why we have technical rehearsals, to check your levels, your voice levels, and to check everything beforehand. But yes, voice modulation is very important, because there could be moments in an event which could be, especially wedding events, when you're announcing the vidai, etc. You have to say motion, you have to speak slower, you have to speak with the emphasis on the correct words, and of course, I mean, modulation is very, very important, because that's how the emotion into the words come into play. तो अगर आपका मॉड्यूलेशन नहीं होगा तो वर्ड्स में इमोशन जो है वो दिखाना मुश्किल हो जाएगा आपके लिए, फिर सब कुछ फ्लैट जाने लगेगा. So to bring emotion, to show excitement, to show curiosity, or to show suspense, to show whatever, you have to use your voice like a prop. It is your biggest prop as an anchor. So to pause at the correct time, to take pregnant pauses, to project your voice louder. Suppose you're introducing a big superstar singer, so your voice has to go so much higher in terms of the octane. You have to sound crazy excited. So therefore, it definitely matters how you project your voice to depict different kind of emotions throughout that event.
Okay. So now one fashion related question. I wanted to know, since, there's so much talk about, how you have the presence. Of course, your basic personality is also something that, people expect you to look, gorgeous, amazing, this, that. So kitni mehnat jati hai in your costume and in your hair and in your makeup, that how much time and effort does it take for you to, be on the stage?
Personally, for me, it's a conscious, and it's a constant process of self-discovery and evolution. So I generally also invest in myself. I want to be the highest expression of myself. So I generally invest in my look, in my knowledge, in my awareness, and in my fitness. And I generally am interested in myself. I'm invested in myself. Because आप जो होते हैं ना, आप जो भी कला कर रहे हो, आप उसमें वो चीज लेके आते हैं. What you are is what you bring to the table, whether you're acting, whether you're singing,
right,
whether you're anchoring. So it's important to work on your personality and your self development. So personally मेरे लिए मुझे बहुत शौक है, क्योंकि मैं खुद को एक प्रोजेक्ट की तरह लेती हूँ, and I always try and challenge myself कि और क्या हो सकता है यार, और कितना पुश कर सकते हैं, और कितना इस चीज में इजाफा हो सकता है, और क्या हो सकता है करके. तो इट्स अ एवरीडे प्रोसेस, जहां आपको अपने मेंटल हेल्थ के लिए भी वक्त बनाना है. बिकॉज इंडस्ट्री वाइज इट्स अ कंपेटिटिव इंडस्ट्री, इट्स एन अनसर्टेन इंडस्ट्री. ओनली द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट, एंड बाय दैट आई मीन मेंटली स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट पीपल कैन सर्वाइव. बाकी दूसरों के लिए प्रेशर्स एंड एंजाइटी जो ये इंडस्ट्री लेके आती है साथ में, मुश्किल हो जाएगा सस्टेन करना, या they won't be able to stomach it. So that, and your fitness, of course, you have to, बहुत ही important है stamina के लिए भी, because if I'm fitter, I'm able to get more work done. So not just in terms of aesthetics की मैं कैसी दिख रही हूँ या क्या है, but stamina wise भी मेरा output better होता है when I'm fitter. उसके लिए you have to make conscious efforts. And मुझे तो यार, मेरा तो it's a constant thing. Every day I'm working on myself, and I'm like, I'll always say I'm work in progress. It'll be a lifelong endeavor, because I don't know, none of us know now what our highest expression is. Who knows? We'll know as we go. So we have to keep challenging ourselves. That we'll know as we go. So because life has a way of surprising you, and you have a way of surprising yourself also. So that's something that is the whole enterprise called life, right? That is the enterprise of living, that you figure what you are made of. Like, you figure it every day.
True. Okay, so tell me, is there a gender bias? क्या लड़कों के लिए easy है to be an anchor, लड़कियों के लिए difficult है, या फिर लड़कियों के लिए easy है, लड़कों के लिए difficult है in India, according to you, या फिर ऐसा कुछ नहीं है?
See, Harsh, the thing is, to be honest with you, I'm a very gender agnostic person. And to be really honest with you, आज तक मैंने खुद को भी एक gender के हिसाब से देखा नहीं है कभी. I'm not necessarily female in my head, or I'm not male in my head. I'm very androgynous, So I think this time and age that we live in, yeah, I am an androgynous person, I think. So I've never identified with any gender, and I'm not saying that I'm, that my orientation is skewed, but I'm just saying generally, I just, मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि अब जो दौर आ गया है, it's your skill set, it is your potential and your merit. अब ऐसा नहीं रह गया है कि एक, आदमी के लिए opportunities अलग हैं और औरतों के लिए अलग है. I think आज की तारीख में लोग आपका potential देखते हैं, आपका merit देखते हैं, और आपके अंदर, क्योंकि कितनी बार ऐसे होता है जब when you're, let's say you're very assertive in your workspace, that's you bringing out a masculine trait. You being very assertive and very straight up, very upfront. You know, as a woman, you're more nurturing and softer, right? But every time it doesn't work on work. So you have to make sure that people take you seriously, and that's where your masculine side comes to the fore. And you know, when probably now when you're standing on stage wearing a gown, now you can't stand ekdam casual. That's where your femininity is coming to the fore. So I think it's really now for me, like masculine and feminine is more a sentiment, more a feeling than really a gender. So मुझे तो ऐसा नहीं लगता है personally कि ये कोई भी मतलब जेंडर स्पेसिफिक चीज है. अगर आप में टैलेंट है, यू नो, देन आई थिंक ये जो दौर चल रहा है अभी जिस टाइम पे हम रह रहे हैं, दिस इज द बेस्ट टाइम इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट बिजनेस, यू नो, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग ग्लोबल. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, सारे लोगों के लिए स्काई इज द लिमिट नाउ. सो अब ये सोचना एक बहुत ही डिसएम्पावरिंग थॉट है कि यू नो अब जो सारे तरह के स्टेरियोटाइप से ब्रेक हो चुके हैं, यू नो, लाइक ऑल द स्टेरियोटाइप्स हैव बीन ब्रोकन इन एवरी स्फीयर एंड इन एवरी प्रोफेशन. So I would, मैं तो नहीं सोचती हूँ कि gender makes a difference, not at all. If you know how to conduct yourself, and if you know which you know sort of which quality to project, when to be more feminine, when to be more assertive and more masculine, I think you'll do well.
Okay.
I think you'll do well then.
So another question that you know I wanted to ask you personally, and वो reason ये है कि of course people know you now as the actress. You know, they have seen Mastram, they have seen Hasmukh, and you know, of course, you know, as an anchor also, you know, we keep seeing your pictures and we're, you know, doing this whole, you know, live about it. But how did the singing, the singer, Kenisha, is something that's so exciting, and you've been doing it for years. And it's not something like, you know, कि actor बन गए तो एक गाना गा लिया. It's not something like that. I know that it's your passion and you've been doing it for years. It's there on your YouTube also, and you've made songs, you've made videos about it, you know, your own music videos. So tell me, matlab, singing kaisa? Is it because your mom sings, or is it your expression, or how did you decide, or how did you know that's a passion?
So more than a passion, music is my saving grace. So I'll tell you something. I'm a very private person, and I don't open up a lot about my emotions or whatever I face in life to anyone, including my parents. And so, you know, the only release for me from a very young age, since I was probably as young as second, third standard, has been music. You know, like if I'm feeling happy, I'll play a certain kind of CD. If I was sad, I would just play a certain kind of song. And I, bachpan se, you know, I used to listen to a lot of R&B music and groove to it and sing like those singers. And ek aspiration tha, you know, pop stars was like so big, yeah, when we were kids, like all this Britney and all, they were like demigods, right? So उनको देख के, you know, एक ऐसा लगता था कि my God, like what is this person, and shit, this is like crazy, यार, मतलब so much glamour and so much, you know. And apart from that, also music is a sacred thing for me. You know, it's the only time when I'm not, you know, like guarded. Like if music is playing and if it's music that will touch me, I think I could break down, or I could be, I'm vulnerable, you know, around music. And that's what tells me that it's my true passion, because I'm not generally vulnerable around anything else. And, you know, I'm not even a person who can express, or, you know, I'm not very open. But music just makes me bear it all. It's just the only time when I feel like, I don't know, it's just my companion through everything. Yeah, like music is like everything to me. It's like my most prized, it's like the gift of being human. Yeah, like experiencing music is the joy of being human, you know, like for me.
So tell me, you know, in every field, especially in a freelance, this thing, people know your success and people also know your failures. So in anchoring, how does a good show or a bad show, मतलब कितना असर करता है in your journey ahead? Does it take you up? Does it bring you down?
It all depends on your work ethic and your approach to your work. So if you're somebody who's a perfectionist like how I am, I wouldn't want to have a bad show, because my work is a signature, and it's a, you know, it's basically symbolic of who I am. So it'll bother me for months if I did a bad show, you know. I wouldn't be okay about it. For me, it's not about ki, "Arey, ek event tha and I had a bad day and, you know, it's okay, hota hai." Because then your professionalism will never develop. You know, you have to make sure, like, you know, I love this. I love revisiting this one time when Sachin Tendulkar, you know, the master that he is. I remember he scored a century and that time his dad had just
Right. This
passed
is a World
away.
Cup, yeah.
So we have to aspire for that, you know, we have to aspire for that. We can't think yaar, yeah, so you know, we can't think aise ki yaar ek hi show tha and a bad day. Matlab, you have to be hard on yourself, definitely. So I personally don't accept a bad show. Unless I fall on the stage and all, तब भी ऐसा भी हुआ है कई बार कि मैं गिर चुकी हूँ and all. But you have to carry on and you have to make sure, yeah, that your show is a super hit. Because, you know, you are the person who's, you know, who's on center stage and so much depends on you. So you have to make sure that it's a super hit show. So that's never an option that it can't be a bad show. In my case, I can't allow that.
Okay. So, you know, I won't call you an independent woman because, you know, you don't really believe in really bifurcating people on gender. But let's say, you know, you're an independent person who's running, you know, so many professions and, you know, successful as an actor, as an anchor, as a singer. So what is your advice to, you know, the young Indians? What do you think, you know, guarantees success or gives you a more better shot at it?
Okay. I see personally cannot ever give a template to what guarantees success, because success is also so relative and it's different or means different to different people. You know, it plays out differently for different people. So even if you and I are doing the same thing, things might unfold differently for the both of us. But to young Indians, what I really want to tell them is that if you want to have a better shot at it, create your own opportunities. You know, ये एक चीज है, एक एडवाइस है जो मैं हर एक को बोलती हूँ कि भाई क्रिएट योर ओन अपॉर्चुनिटीज, डोंट कीप वेटिंग फॉर अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू फाइंड यू, बिकॉज वी आर सो लकी टू बी born in this time when we are seeing, you know, such a surge of social media, and digital world is so powerful and it gives you so much power for you to create, for you to, you know, invest in yourself and present it in front of the world. And if you're good, you're good. You will get listeners. You will get people who will, you know, follow you, who will reach out to you, who might discover you. You know, so I would say, जितने भी लोग मुझे सुन रहे हैं कि please अपनी opportunities जरूर create करें. And you know, हमेशा लाइफ में ऐसा नहीं होता है कि आपको कोई डिस्कवर करे या किसी की और के मोहताजी की वजह से आप बन जाएंगे. अगर आप में वो जज्बा है, ऐसा बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ हुआ है. एमीवे is an example. शाहरुख, एमीवे, who's a rapper. Anyway, I knew Anyway like 4 years back. Me and Anyway were signed up to a same company called Culture Machine, Anyway and we were supposed to do a collaboration. And that time I remember this guy, you know, he told me कि मैं तो बनाता ही रहता हूँ, you know, अपने घर से मैं गाने बनाता ही रहता हूँ, मेरा रोज का रहता है, हर हफ्ते का रहता है and all. And the passion this guy had, yeah, like, you know, and now he's the Anyway, like he has, I don't know, 6-7 million YouTube subscribers, like, you know. So I just felt that, okay, you know, this is somebody who is not going to take no for an answer. And it's not like he had all the equipment and all the support in the world. Everything was self-made. Even I'm completely self-made. It's not like there's someone financing me or investing or funding or whatever. So har cheez aapko khud ke jugaad se karni hai, you know, when you're creating your own opportunities. But that's what makes you smarter also, right? बिकॉज आपको अपना वीडियो भी खुद बनाना है, आपको अपना कंटेंट भी खुद लिखना है, आपको अपनी डबिंग भी करनी है, सब कुछ आपको खुद करना है. तो देन यू बिकम दैट मच स्मार्टर एंड यू बिकम अ मोर, आई थिंक यू बिकम अ मोर sensible person also. You know, your sense as a person grows, your sense about what works, what doesn't work, आपको अंदाजा better होने लगता है. So you learn to market yourself better, maybe, I don't know. But creating your own opportunities, number one mantra, you have to do it. Because you can't wait, yeah, till the time somebody will find that X factor in you. You feel you have X factor, go out there and do it.
So Kenisha, in the end, I just want to ask, you know, people love you in Masram, people love you in Hasmukh. You know, you have fan pages, so much love coming in. You've hit 1 lakh and all those things are happening. where can people have, more of you? Is there, what is coming up next? People who want to see more of you, what is happening on that front?
Yeah. So I have another web show that's coming out on MX called Raktanchal. That should be out in any time now, in a couple of weeks, which is a period political drama. So that is something I'm really excited about. Apart from that, this year I'm releasing 4 of my original songs, which I'm absolutely ready with. And some of these are collaborations that I've done internationally with music producers overseas. So that is happening. By the end of this year, I will be independently touring on my own with my own original music. And apart from that, my acting career, you can see me in Raktanchal next. And of course, I'm hoping that Hasmukh and Masram come back with season 2.
I'm sure they will. All right. Kenisha, I really have to thank you for doing this, taking out time. I know that, there's so much happening with you. There's music, there's,
Thank
acting.
you.
There's, of course, your exclusive content also coming out and so many other things. Thank you for taking out time and doing this and opening up kind of, the questions that people never get to know about anchoring. So thank you. Thank you so much.